Staples from Sweet Greek is in the kitchen with me today, and we're going to be cooking a delicious, very traditional Greek dish.
It is particularly for my region, the middle to northern Greece. It's a dish that my mum would cook for us, usually on a Sunday.
This is maybe a staple that you might not always have in your pantry, which is polenta. I have it. I like to use it even, just to substitute it for mashed potatoes sometimes, but it's great for cakes too.
Well, it's a texture. It gives it a really nice grainy texture.
Beautiful. All right, let's get started. What can I do for you?
So I'd like you to start off with the dry ingredients,
Sure.
Justine. So it's a matter of incorporating all your dry ingredients. I'm going to do the wet ingredients and then we'll put it all together.
Oh, too easy. So polenta, what type of flour? We've just got
self-raising flour, salt and baking powder.
And we've measured out our flour, so that goes in.
And we're going to use 5 eggs here.
And this borbota recipe is in your second book, Sweet Greek Life. Really interesting recipes, traditional recipes like this, but also a few modern twists on things.
Yes, it is. It's a story of life. It's me being 5 years out of my 5-6 years out of my cancer journey, and it was time for me to celebrate life. And it also reflects me at my time of life now, in the sense that I've told you about and I've lived about all the traditional recipes, and there are some traditional recipes in the new book, but I also have created my own, and I wanted to show that in the book.
And Kath, there's a lot of oil in there.
There is. There's we have a lot of oil because it's what we need to keep our cake moist. This is a coarse semolina that we're using. Coarse semolina needs moisture, and that's why we have a lot of oil. And we have a steamed pumpkin here that we're going to put in. So I'm going to get you to mash it up with a fork, Justine.
This is a butternut pumpkin.
It's a butternut pumpkin. Go for a delicious, rich, orange-coloured pumpkin. Don't look for the pale one. Steam it.
What happens if you roast it?
Well, you can roast it, but the roasting process releases all the moisture. Steaming maintains all the moisture in it, and we need moisture because we're cooking with coarse polenta.
Okay. Now we're using pumpkin, but you could probably use sweet potato. Works the same way.
Absolutely. It will end up being equally delicious.
Great.
Now, I've got in here my eggs, my milk and my oil. Okay. So they're all in here. Now, we're going to add the pumpkin into the wet ingredients.
The whole lot?
Yep, just put it all in. And can I just say that if by chance you had lots of pumpkin left over, you could still add the whole lot, at home. Let's just say you had more than this and you don't want to throw it all out. Yeah. Don't get stuck on measurements, just put it all in. Okay, Justine, let's just put the flour now into this bit by bit. Gives me a chance to mix it.
God, this is a lot of mixture. It's going to make a big cake.
It is going to, well, we've actually allocated a tray here, a square tray, because we like to have it in a nice cake thickness of a cake. Yep. But if you don't like the thickness of a cake and you want it to be like a slice, a thin slice, use a bigger tray. Yep. And that's it, and that's the difference.
It's so much easier with 2 people with this cake, isn't it?
Well, I would have just poured it in and that's it.
All right. Oh, all right. There we go. It's in. And you would say your mum would serve this on a Sunday with this, and even just with a little soup
Maybe
on the side,
and
soup. That's all.
That's right. That's all we needed, and most of the time, this was it. Yep. Justine, this is actually ready now. So what I'd like to do is for you to add the feta in here. Sure can. Leave about 4 pieces. All right. And we'll crumble them on top.
And chunky?
Chunky. Chunky's nice. Chunky feta pieces. You want to be able to see it, taste it, smell it.
Beautiful. And we've lined our tin with a little bit of baking paper so it doesn't stick.
That's right. And we're going to pour it into our baking tin.
All right. Might need 2 hands for this. That's enough. A few kilos of batter there.
It is. It's quite. It's the heaviness of the polenta. Yeah. And you can see it's quite a wet batter.
It is.
In case people don't be scared. It is a wet batter. It's not going to end up being dry, but believe me, it works.
All right.
So we're ready now to into our tray. We don't leave anything behind.
Nothing goes to waste in your kitchen.
No.
All right, Kath. Done. What's the next stage?
So the next stage is pepitos on top, because it is a pumpkin slice, so we have to add pumpkin seeds. Yep. And then we're going to crumble some additional feta, and into the oven it goes. 45 minutes. Yep. And it's ready.
Beautiful. Far too easy, this one.
It is. You can see it's so worth making. It's very easy. No trouble. Okay, so we're going to sprinkle this, and we're going to put it into the oven, moderate oven, 160 degrees for 45 minutes.
tell you what, that is one epic pumpkin cake.
Isn't it just?
It is beautiful. A few little cracks, which is actually a really good sign of a good cake, isn't it?
I think so too. Now I'm going to do this because I've already checked to see that it's loose from the sides here. So we're just going to lift it up.
And we've allowed that to cool, so it's completely cooled down to room temperature.
Oh, look
yum.
at that. Look at that. So we're going to cut into this.
And you know what? I actually like the sides, those crunchy little sides of it.
So you're going to have a little bit like that.
Let's have a look inside this beautiful cake. Look how crumbly and moist it is. See that?
See how the polenta has absorbed the pumpkin and it still is so beautiful and moist.
Nice smell. And I love little speckles of...
Little specks of feta.
Feta. Cheers.
Cheers.
How do you say...
Galeorixy.
There you go. I can't...
Galeorixy.
Whatever she said.
Galeorixy.
Thanks, Kat.
It is good.
That's all that needs to be said. Delicious.